Standard setups in the CT's rotation and comms were on point, but they never felt disrupted. So that's something that ODDIK are going to have to bring to the table because they were looking very good when they were just playing their CS.
And it's a case of we're going to see Nuke now, the very first map, and it's worth talking about. naitte not feeling the pressure outside against Wildcard, that will not happen here. Typically, ODDIK are going to go for all of these outside smokes. They're not going to commit off it necessarily. They're going to be playing very default-heavy Counter-Strike, but at the same time, naitte is going to feel the pressure. hardzao is going to want to come in immediately and just take these individual fights, and it becomes tricky for them, and that's kind of where they left isolated. ODDIK starting outside again. Look, immediately, naitte feeling the pressure. There's players top main. There's players out red. He's feeling suffocated.
They've really done secret this too. They just run all the way through. Matios gets that first kill, and he's still fighting them outside, keeping 3 bodies occupied, but it's all just a distraction. There are 4 players up the top side of the map. Matios is keeping every single one of them present here, and he continues to fight. The bomb is being planted on B.
That's wild. Venom0 will finally deal with matios, but the rotations are so far away, and that means they have to reroute from the entire same direction. Everyone down ramp. And there's no kit either. Time is of the essence here for Red Canids.
Yeah, they've wasted so much of it. Matios just kept them distracted for so long. Venom0 with the dualies can go for the clear, but it's a double up in towards single that's going to be difficult to disrupt. Nice shot there from hardzao. Tuurtle, immediate trade, and they're not on the bomb. Now it's impossible for Destiny to win this one, even if he finds his first kill, finding the second, or only leaving with enough time, and Ponta closes. ODDIK taking first blood.
Yeah, really smart from ODDIK. And again, this is historically a game in which ODDIK will try and take space outside. They'll put pressure over on naitte at garage, and they'll look to split over heaven. Here, it's a little bit of a variation. Red Canids think that's exactly what they're going to do, but no, instead it's one player applying the pressure, everyone else going down to the lower bomb site. Red Canids are too slow to rotate, and they've just got not enough time. And ODDIK, by doing that as well, setting themselves up really well in the afterplan, which is so essential, because that's something they've been struggling with recently.
Good start for ODDIK, and they're going to need it. Just got the pistols into this one. Zeus in play for Destiny. Imagine that one. It's over towards ramp, which has become popularized thanks to Rops. Matios is again fighting all the way over towards Hell. Taking liberties with this space to try and get some Mach 10 kills. Bomb outside, but should just be a matter of cleaning up these kills. Oh, Destiny almost catches Matios. Trying to bait him in. Hey, gets the Z skill.
A little bit morale, but at the end of the day, won't really amount to a great deal. Woody now just trying to close the net. Hardzao versus Victim potentially. All audio being very vocal, just trying to ensure that Davideus can potentially get another kill. It seems very unlikely. It's only a matter of time before ODDIK lock in this second round.
All good in the hood. Davideus hanging out in the lockers. Odd place for a locker room, really. Nowhere to really get changed here. Very separate from the rest of the facilities. Also, why did no one build a door through like this side of the building? This is just not an architecturally well thought out location.
It's a video game.
Okay. Perhaps I'm overthinking it. So it is going to maybe probe up. Just to see if anyone's hanging out. But all good. Just the one casualty, and it was the Mach 10.
Yeah, Woody says sit down. But look, Red Canids aren't going to be worried too much about this. I'm really interested to see on the CT side of Red Canids getting active, especially over towards lobby. Common reaction typically for CTs is once they lose outside control, once a huge amount of pressure is being applied, is to walk through lobby, take the space. Davideus is never really this player over towards ramp that will go for that aggression by himself. Almost feels like he will remain rooted and protect the sole area of the map he's been kind of positioned to anchor down. But I really want to just see some intuition just from some of these players. ODDIK lining up utility. Thinking about going for a faster A pop after dropping down these outside smokes. This is fast.
Yeah, flash over Molotov as well to disrupt, and they're going straight on through, but Destiny lines them up, even finding the third kill before he is dealt with. naitte from the heaven needs to at least give some space over. Don't want to put it back into the 2-on-2, but hardzao just catches Ponta as he was just wanting to dribble through the extra smoke. What he is gonna... Oh, no, unlucky. Hardzao again finding success with the spam. What started so well for ODDIK falls apart very quickly. Bomb plants something. Woody clutching this one with 25 health points. Gonna be a very unlikely scenario. See what he can get done. An extra kill would be great, but it's just the headshot, no finishing blow. The Red Canids will get on the board.
Good counter utility from Red Canids as well. Immediately as the flashbang comes over the top, it's Venom Zero with the incendiary and it's Destiny that can keep his gun out throughout all of that. And it's Destiny and Venom Zero that have been the ones that have been lagging behind the rest of the team for Red Canids. You take a look again at how these two teams match up against each other. It's a lot of pressure that gets applied to the bomb sites that Destiny and Venom Zero like to anchor on. And this is so deliberate from JTR and the structural setup from ODDIK. It's just to limit test them, especially in a round like this where the guns have come out, you know the investment is here, so you're going to go and change the pace up on Red Canids immediately. Hasn't quite worked out. Destiny passes that first hurdle, and now for Red Canids they can start to build some sort of a collection of rounds here on the defense.
Matios already brought down incredibly low. I think he just copped a HE, yeah, as a follow-up, but he's already scampered away. At least it is just the Deagle player, so it's not the worst. I'm interested to see how much pressure they put outside once the AWP comes out, because naitte was, as you kind of mentioned, really unpunished outside, but definitely was in positions that should have been punished. At the moment, it's just the lurk showing presence.
This is better though, positional-wise for naitte. The fact that he is now in a position where he can quickly rotate away. It's just one player causing noise again. This time it's naitte being outside, lurking around. ODDIK are hoping and praying for Red Canids to come and crunch in towards lobby, but that hasn't happened. They remain resilient in their setups. Utility being set up and redeployed again. Tuurtle takes the bomb outside. ODDIK are redirecting.
Fake out into the upper side.
It's all well and good this, but at the same time, you've not really established any space, and you've also been spotted by hardzao.
Yeah, definitely been spotted. Destiny tucks on down. naitte's arrived as well. Getting into the side is going to be very tricky. I think even Davideus can come quickly to support from ramp. Monta tries to get ahead of Destiny, but can't be done. And as a follow-up headshot, Tuurtle and Matios are limping. And time is dwindling. They're cancelling, saving the best outcome. Feels bad for Matios. You almost kind of want to die if you're him just for the loss bonus, but going to be a bit of a limp finish to this round.
Yeah, really nice though from Red Canids. Just the way they set up themselves in that round. The fact that you've got Venom Zero, who's at the top of hut, just jiggling squeaky after the smokes are faded, after continuously being refreshed by Red Canids, gets the intel without actually directly having it. You can also hear the audio of players just dropping utility that lands on the top of silo. They weren't fooled.
Round two, Woody now relegated to the pistol, and Ponto is going in fast. Smoke does rebloom in front of him. Destiny, though, spamming on through, catches him out. Skirting back. So it's going to be a boost, bit of damage done. Didn't seem to be heard or confirmed by Destiny. So Venom Zero gets exposed. Destiny under pressure, and Tuurtle snaps him down. hardzao spam, not going to find success this time. They managed to breach the site, and with naitte falling, they might have just done enough.
That's a collection of errors there. ODDIK have been allowed a safe passageway into this site. Retake, look, it is achievable, but it's still difficult. Low HP on a number of these players. You haven't really got the utility to go for it, not to mention there's a kit. hardzao is already rotating away. Davideus will soon come and follow him. A lot of overcommitments there. Destiny finds the first kill. He's full blind. Venom Zero thinks that there's an opportunity to jump up towards top hut. In essence, they should have just played the crossfires. Caught out in the open. Caught out with nowhere to go.
Oh, it's going for the ninja.
Okay. Has he got it?
No, someone's coming back. I think, yeah. Oh. Matios hears the drop.
NT.
I love the idea.
Terrorists win.
Does kill him.
Actually, maybe I don't love the idea because now he doesn't have a gun. And they would have had a beautiful buy. It's still going to be a buy, but probably an MP9 or FAMAS in the mix instead. Oh, well, you know, if he'd won it, it would have been really cool.
I swear he had a smoke as well.
He did. It's one of those things where I think you just want to get it down as quickly as possible, right? And also, you don't want the smoke to alert them.
That's true. Nice try. Tell screaming at them.
I wish we could hear them.
No ninjas on our watch.
Nathan's ult out. Davideus gets the short end of the straw. MP9 for him. And because of that, it's actually going to be naitte starting over towards ramp with him. Just support early, boost him up. And hardzao falls outside. Matios, he's really been impressive so far at the RMRs.
He hasn't. Now this is really difficult, right? Because your closest rotate would normally be a ramp player. Someone has to go down the vent. That hasn't happened. Davideus is still boosted up, and he feels like he doesn't want to waste his position. Also, this conditioning from ODDIK. Sure, we're only 6 rounds deep, but they take secret. Often they pause for a number of seconds, potentially looking to go elsewhere. This time, it's the whole collection of the ODDIK roster making their way down, a late rotate as well. And matios just try and cut off these rotations. They're in. They've got all of the control. And if you're at Canids, honestly, you probably save.
Yeah, I don't think they're going... They are actually going to start to head towards it, but I think they're only just going to be factoring if there's like a split. I think they don't get this look in, surely. naitte is going to poke down. A kill might entice them. Now he's feeling emboldened. Continues to have a look around. It's the Starless plant. It's going to keep Pontus safe. I think without any clear way in, with the money as it is, you want to keep these weapons for the next.
Yeah, they were never interested. It was just more the fact of if naitte can find a couple of kills, then you can accelerate down in towards the ramp or down in towards the vent. But there are 2 clear examples of what we were setting up in the pre-game, and it actually happens twice in the same round. Hardzao being completely exposed outside, very willing to fight from main. Often he's in that area of the map where he's by the ice cube, and will often, as soon as the diagonal smokes down, look to fight through them. He gets spammed, removed by actually a player top silo. And then there's just no proactiveness. Sure, you can kind of forgive Davideus because he's only on that MP9.
Boosted up as well, I believe.
But even so, there's no lobby push. naitte has a little glance outside over the top of the smokes, doesn't see anything. He could even then just say to Davideus, look, come off the boost with me, I'll scope up, you can walk in. There's so many things you could do for information there, and Red Canids do nothing. Yeah,
it all just came too late, right? naitte goes for a cursory look at it. They're already in the site. A lobby push comes about that same time, and yeah, the bomb's planted at that stage. Util's Bound does a lot of damage on the Venom Zero. That was cool. That's going to have him feeling very vulnerable, but it's not going to stop him going for the spam. Single, oh yeah, I was going to say a single piece of utility could be his undoing. Just about gets away.
Same play, didn't see it. Might as well boost up Davideus.
Davideus. Davideus. I wanted to say that the whole time. It's just in my head. It's how I remember the pronunciation. Like Amadeus.
This is very slow from ODDIK. This is another complete change-up, and you see Hardzao's rotating in. As soon as this utility, he needs to be aware Nate could be here, but he looks the wrong way, and that's the opportunity. Nate is through, and he strikes twice. Destiny on the bomb site, needs to find everything, but instead comes up with nothing. naitte at the back of the site can only chime in for 2 kills, and there is Davideus. And he'd need to strike 3 times for this round to be possible, but can't get past the first hurdle of the orb. It's ODDIK looking dominant on their map pick.
What a sick series of kills from Nate, and just a great call, right? They had no idea that split in towards A was coming. You could see he was just caught between 2 mines in towards main, didn't know which way to look. Pins it on through, and Venom Zero being brought down so low earlier just made the hold even more difficult. naitte tries his best, 2 good kills, but with the orb, he was always going to be run down eventually. That's going to cause the first timeout for Canids as well, who are not having the same explosive start to their CT side they did against Wildcard in the opening best-of-1.
Slow starts are really a trouble for Red Canids. Saw it yesterday against Pain as well, that they do build back into these games, but obviously 5 rounds already conceded here on your defensive nuke. It doesn't paint the prettiest of pictures. Timeout is not only to kind of discuss what the buy is going to be, which will be pretty minimal, but it'll also be how do we address when we finally get the guns out? And it has to come from players getting aggressive outside or players starting down secret as a consequence. Because ODDIK are being given a lot of respect. It's not even a case of even using grenades to blow open these smokes for even info or just trying to cause disruption. Tuurtle's just down the vent.
That's fun. Against the pistol, just go for a very fast play. Matios at the first kill. Hardzao, deagle. Actually does, oh my god, gets through. Goes to the reload, manages to get away. You almost believe it for a moment that he's gonna do the impossible. Maybe he's given them a chance. The USP from naitte spams down naitte.
Oh, nearly, but not quite. Ponta with the first. Destiny needs to swing. Destiny needs this kill. Ducking and diving around the ramp, but not possible. Knife and scavenge this AK. Has got the bomb dropped as well. This is difficult for ODDIK, but patience might prevail.
It's difficult for naitte though, right? Recovered AK, knows that the bomb is there and wants to try and isolate a fight early. He doesn't even have armor though. Oh, but it doesn't matter. What an adjustment, but the second player is going to be on him before he knows it. Woody comes around and with the Glock gets it done, but that gets incredibly close.
Yeah, look, you said fast play in towards the pistols is a really cool thing to pull out. Sure, it's the most unexpected, but it's times like that where things can get complicated. hardzao does everything. Knifen's then baited into a position because ramp's already been taken by ODDIK. The lobby push comes in at the perfect moment to isolate the ramp player and keep him there so Knife can get the AK. It's so close, but Woody's decision to rendezvous on ramp was perfect. They don't split up. There's still trade spacing, and it's still ODDIK with a firm control in this game. Now we see it, right? Davideus starts down B. He goes over towards secret.
It feels like it's the changes that was necessary. Even though there's not a strong prioritization yet out here, it's just naitte. The smokes will come down. Davideus got this one 100%, and the information too. No one else is behind it. ODDIK finally punished for how bold they've been with this outside control.
What's great here as well is you look at the starting position of Knifen, and it's over towards the other extremity at ramp. So he's also got a quick rotate if they want to go in towards heaven. Utility being deployed by 2 players here suggests that it's probably not going to be the commitment out of ODDIK. And no. Instead, it's the displacement that gets Destiny. Tuurtle will find him, and now we're all even. And matios is creeping for crunching on main.
Oh, they're not ready. They're not ready. hardzao thought about it for a second, but caught out, and venomZero tucked in towards the back of default. Oh, gets a great shot onto him, but his support network starts to falter. It's naitte pushing through towards the lobby. The bomb's there on Woody. You saw it. But Woody's going to leave. Doesn't allow that opportunity. Tuurtle descends. And they can head towards outside. That's where the control is. Onto jumps around the corner. venomZero has definitely heard this. And hearing Woody run as well. You can't go down this vent. Tuurtle is tucked on through. Deals with naitte. 10 seconds left. They do need to plant the bomb, but all going to be confirmed when venomZero's position known. And Tuurtle in towards the vents. Gets 7 for ODDIK.
It's really nice. ODDIK are really crafting a master plan against red Canids. And they're showing so much variation that it gets really troublesome in the mid-round.
What is that with Tuurtle's chair? This guy's lounging. He needs a back support, man. They're good chairs. It's like sitting on a stool, perched.
He doesn't need lumbar support when he's got a hard shell.
I suppose so.
This is really good from ODDIK. I mean, again, all it is it's just making sure you punish overextensions. So Davideus gets the opening kill, which is great. But then you've got Ponta over at Silo that's always holding for him. You've got naitte that is close, ready to go through main, and that is something that has been really exploited in multiple different rounds. hardzao been caught off guard at least 2 or 3 times. And the consolation prize is pistols. hardzao last time found 2 headshots. This time can't even find 1.
Yeah, Destiny gets his, that's it. I think there's the stark contrast here as well in terms of, I was about to say venomZero, who gets a sick kill, but venomZero and Davideus, they were, I think, 100% cast, which is kill, assist, survive, traded. Basically means they're involved, will survive every single round on the wildcard match. They were so active, and they were basically winning out every one of their fights that they took. Having a slower start to this map, and there's two players that you're looking at on this team to be having a huge amount of impact.
Again, this really just boils into the game plan for ODDIK. We'll come back to it in a moment because Destiny and venomZero are thinking about this. Knows that matios could be locked out in second vent. venomZero can't clear it properly. And matios is now catching Destiny with nades in his hand. It's too easy for ODDIK. 8 rounds on the T side of Nuke. And going back to that Davideus point, where does he play? Over at ramp. Where have ODDIK gone? Probably once. Ramp.
True.
They've not tested him. They've completely avoided him. You can't play a game if you're rotating.
And honestly, it's crazy the stark difference of this ODDIK versus the ODDIK we saw versus Elevate.
And I thought that this might have been the case because this is familiar opposition. This is also rivalries. Emotions get heightened. You're screaming in native languages at each other. It all means so much more. And Destiny, again, caught with his nades out, fully blind, doesn't matter. He's still able to find one, but it's Ponta trying to do everything for his team in towards this bomb site. At least there's trades available for Red Canids. The first time they've been in a player advantage in what feels like forever.
naitte supporting from the heavens is going to descend. The bomb is in towards CT vent. Tuurtle can't really escape at the moment, but maybe he does have an opportunity. Just going to go for the bomb plant. Being spammed, hardzao seems to be a savant through the smoke.
He sees that gun barrel, surely. He sees that gun
Yeah,
barrel
I think
through
he's
the vent.
aware. But he knows hardzao just spammed out his teammate in towards main, right? So,
See him.
oh, this is crazy.
It would need to be pixel perfect.
Oh, but from the back lines, naitte walked all the way around through hell. I feel like he must have been scoped in the whole way. What a funny way for that to end. But finally, Red Canids find an answer in their defense.
And they need the next one. They need it to be 4. You can't really get away with 3. But again, this one is stressful. The utility thrown as a counter for venomZero profit. Destiny gets caught with a nade in his hand yet again. It's difficult.
Only the first time that ODDIK have to use a pause. They've just not really felt any pressure on this T side. It feels like everything they've been doing is just working. Now they can get JTR on the mic, which is a bit of a fun crossover for us because we obviously cast a lot of women's Counter-Strike. Yeah. And JTR, if you don't know, was the coach of Nigma Galaxy during their 2-year domination of the women's CS sphere. Since joining the ODDIK squad last year. Wants to take them to the major.
I'll tell you what, they've put a good foot forward here in this first half on their map pick. Always felt predictable in terms of the way the veto was going to go for ODDIK. It's always going to be the ban. And then the pick of Nuke. But what they're displaying on the server is far from predictable. It's consistently changing. The dynamic is shifting. The pressure is a staple on all areas of the map. Destiny and venomZero potentially to be tested again. It feels like they have no respite. You can't push lobby if you're constantly being bombarded with all this utility.
Yeah, even on the rounds that ODDIK don't go towards A, they're always throwing the util set from roof, and it's just keeping Destiny and venomZero in this high state of anxiety the whole time that this hit could come at any moment. The conditioning is constant onto the A bomb site. Hardzao's again out towards Secret, so he'll get the information that no one's here, and here's that utility set. It's about to come through again, but again, it's not A, it's ramp that's the destination.
Finally, Davideus on his angle can have a round where he can be involved, he can anchor. But is he going to be warmed up? Is he going to be ready? There's been no altercations coming his way for such a while. Support isn't here either. It is just Davideus against ODDIK.
He's worried about ramp as well, like behind him on the B side. See him checking it occasionally, so there must be a gap that's been communicated at some point, but now he's focused. Information, they're coming towards him, and he gets that first kill, but traded immediately by Tuurtle. Ponta's now going to drop, held out by hardzao. So again, Red Canids find themselves in the favorable position. Bond to be planted, Destiny coming through fast. Double up utility towards Nate, who wants to fight on 4, can't find his kill. Tuurtle though charges through for 1, and it's all onto Woody. A 1 versus 3, and they open the door in his face, slam it closed. And they'll find their 4th.
Much better. You can see what ODDIK were trying to do in terms of the timing. 35 seconds, that's where the exec goes. You've also got Ponta jumping into main to try and sell the idea further. But because they leave it so late, they don't have enough time. It's not like they can wait just a few extra seconds to make Davideus potentially move off his angle and being caught in transition. They have to instantaneously go ramp. And Davideus was not fooled whatsoever. The fact he gets 1 is more than enough because it gives the communication over. Well, look, there's 2 ramp guaranteed.
At the bomb.
And you got space outside. And from there, it's just good trade spacing, and Red Canids able to find 4. So they do recover, just about. But it's T-side Nuke. That's why you need to stake your claim. That's why you need to revitalize on this first map. Obviously, it all starts with a pistol, and then the following up conversions, but ODDIK have really laid down strong foundations.
Get the pistol round Zeus from Tuurtle as well. I love how popularized this has become. Taken into hut, I would say. Triple ramp. So they're likely going to start to push forward. Davideus is aware of this possibility, and he has teammates behind him, but he's down. Hardzao and Destiny get theirs, and Hardzao doubles up. That's given them the pathway through. Woody and Tuurtle start to push behind, so they are going to be on a good flank timing, but no kit. Bomb can be planted forward. And not going to get there in time to deny. Woody would have loved to have found that kill. That would have been the way back in. Tuurtle now has to do it all. First is his. Doesn't even have armor to work with. And both these players so isolated. 10-second defuse required. Taps the bomb. Has to open the door though, so you know there's no committal, and he's loud on his jump. They're not going to budge. There's no need for them to peek. Now they have to come forward. Destiny's going to swing on in. Doors opened. Tuurtle's run out of time.
So well done from Knifin as well. By coming down secret, he confirms that Vent isn't a rotation passage for ODDIK. There's no one in single. There's no one over at double. So you can plant fairly open if you like. But you've also got the option to go default and hold for single door. I really like the plant there from Red Canids, because it also coming down on the retake, the push in from ramp, which is always a possibility, as hardzao confirms. You could be in so many different angles, and the fact that Knifin never even reveals himself in the first place, it's always a different player taking the contact. It's always that element of surprise. Starting strong, there it is, Red Canids, a crucial pistol.
Now they'll be able to get off to the 6-8 scoreline. Much recovered from where it was. But there is a bit of a nasty surprise on the stairs. 4 players stacked over here. So this is a curious CT stack.
You just hope they don't throw the molly. That's quite common by double door. Otherwise, you're cooked.
Quite literally, yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Brazilian barbecue. Charging on forward, and well, actually, it forces the fights out. So, favors ODDIK, but Red Canids obviously have the weaponry. Now they know that there's space over towards A. They're going to start to take that. Bomb can come on through. I think any crisis should be avoided.
Bomb has been planted.
They want to fight this. They want to give this a go. You've got rounds to play with here, ODDIK. Try and do some of the economic damage. Doesn't work out initially. So now they back off. hardzao nearly caught out by Matios, but still, full USPs, maybe a P250 thrown in there. A couple of Galils that have been picked up. Is pretty decent for ODDIK. They could even rush a little bit more, try and do even more damage, but that feels unlikely.
Yeah, you take 3, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's brilliant. You just spam on through. Davideus will get the trade, and Tuurtle holding for him. So this has been a brilliant round. hardzao needs to be careful he doesn't lose his gun as well.
Terrorists win.
Only one that survives the round. That's a beautiful eco, really.
hardzao just spamming the body, letting them know that round still belongs to Red Canids. But you're right, completely expensive. I actually really like the decision for Tuurtle to flank all the way around towards ramp as well, because all the spam from Garage is just containing Red Canids at the first instance, and then Davideus, you see, he's completely trapped. They don't care about how many weapons they bring forward into the next, because that was always an eco anyway. The buy is actually better for ODDIK than Red Canids because of all that damage done.
Well, goes back and forth up at the top of Garage. Ponte is not in a nice position, but he's able to get away thanks to the distraction of naitte. And he's just going to swing through. The entire belt of Destiny is used up. naitte capitalizes, finding Davideus as well. He's done so much damage outside. Destiny with the bomb is wounded as well.
What's the last thing you expect for naitte to do in that situation? It's just push the smoke and keep on going. Felt so confident. And here's this info play. Matios Tuurtle doubled up.
Oh, Destiny's dead.
That's the bomb as well.
That's the round.
Hardzao's got all the space out A. It doesn't matter if you can't get through the doorway. Destiny finds one, but you're not ready for Matios at the second time. We'll drop a molly. Is aware that there could be someone here, but now needs to also be mindful of main.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to see a double push from ramp, so Destiny taking some heads-up Counter-Strike. Hardzao can now spend the time to come back and group up. That has allowed Matios to come up towards heaven, though, and this side that was clear is no longer safe to go to.
They're going ramp, maybe? No.
Went through hard. This is being held. Matios has gotten the prime position to deal with both of them. It couldn't have been more perfect.
Really good disengage from Matios as well. After taking the space towards radio, could have sat there. Could have been there the entire time, but every single second that ticks down is another opportunity just for Red Canids to group up and take that fight. So just by disengaging, not only are you kind of just removing yourself from that inevitability, also your teammate is incredibly low. So you'd be setting the round up to fail if you do stay there. So really good heads-up play, retaking the space that's just been claimed by hardzao for the last 40 seconds. Red Canids, they take a pause. Their momentum's been stopped.
Stifled. Pressure on, elimination for one of these two teams here. You see, it was just a barrage of kills through smokes. naitte's push forward is fantastic. I'm amazed Destiny's able to get that kill, to be honest, but yeah, the reposition from Matios is everything. He was part of the ramp push and roots all the way around, walking the whole way. And they're forced into it, so they took the pause and they decided, we want to put ODDIK onto the back foot. If they can win this one, they're back into this game.
Makes sense. Came down to just 2 players alive.
Oh, that's a massive gap in that smoke.
Yeah, this is rougher than this era, but maybe it's actually just more complicated for naitte. At least Woody's there to trade. Ponta has to drop. They're running through the molly. They're being very loud. Red Canids, they've completely taken over ramp.
Woody's going to come up towards heaven. Oh, this is funky.
They're clearing him.
Yeah, he's okay. First kill is his, only 2 bullets, but time to reload. And now he's actually in a pretty strong position against these Tech 9s. But not if one comes up the ladder behind him. Matios, who's been required time after time for this squad, is able to put things back into their favor. Ponta just trying to go up the ladder and flank. He's brought down incredibly low. This is a weird round. hardzao trying to get something back, but Ponta with low HP gets the kill. Destiny can still win this. Ponta is 1 shot off death. I could just drop. No, the slow descent considering. To see if he's floating around at all. Yeah, drops down, but Ponta's tucked in, gets the information, and that's enough for Tuurtle to swing off.
Really good work there, just by ODDIK. In the fact that they've got MP9s, there's no armor for Red Canids, so even though they do overwhelm and do some damage with the Tech 9s, the MP9s are ultimately going to come up clutch. That's why you can afford to just spam on the ladder. But again, it all is just the element of disruption and distraction. That's really what it's come down to, this entire game from ODDIK. It feels like Red Canids have never been able to put themselves in a position where they feel comfortable, no matter what. And as you mentioned, that was the force buy. Now, Red Canids have got nothing.
Yeah, it feels like that's the round this map lives and dies on for Red Canids. They win it, you know, suddenly they're up 7-9, and it's an eco basically for ODDIK, and you're only talking about 1 round difference at that point, but it goes the other way, and ODDIK should be up to 11 with an incredibly difficult T-side ahead for Red Canids. Ponta's HE is going to be hefty. Lots of damage done. He's the only one over here, so he could get overwhelmed. He's being very present towards ramp, but you know what? With sprays like that, why not? The full house denied by hardzao. But the 4K is enough to secure the round. An M4 picked up. Naitte spots him out. Begging for a headshot away through, maybe towards the upper site, but he's locked in from every angle.
Yeah, you cannot plant the bomb here as well, which would have been the primary objective for Red Canids in a round like this. hardzao needs to piece it together, but as soon as he takes contact on one player, the other one will swing. Such a difficult position to find yourself in. Has a look, Woody. Catches a glance and a stray bullet. hardzao resets. He's not working with much resource when it comes to health or time. Surely this bomb plant cannot come through. The only option for him, he feels like, is to scale up the ladder and go in towards A, but Naitte is lying in wait.
Yeah, bomb plant would be a phenomenal result, but there's no way he gets past Naitte. Yeah, perfect shot from the vents. That's 11 for ODDIK, as they are looking dominant on their map pick.
Final gun round, really final chance now for Red Canids. Is there an AWP available? No.
I don't know if we've really seen an AWP at all in this map. This has not been the focus of either naitte. I think Woody did actually have it out a bit. On that first half, we saw a couple of rounds, but this half, not at all.
Makes more sense, to be honest, for both teams, because it's just been working for ODDIK, so Woody doesn't really need to change it. Naitte is having so much fun outside. He keeps going. And now the element of surprise of Woody with that rifle under main is still a mystery to Red Canids. Naitte is taking every single fight under the sun, making it impossible. So claustrophobic for Red Canids. They still go into Naitte's domain, and he still finds in all of these kills. Naitte with 3, in fact, nearly make it Naitte with 4. hardzao finally ends his reign of terror, but Woody and Tuurtle pick up the pieces. Game set and nearly matched for ODDIK.
Naitte is locked in. Everyone is on this rifle core on the side of ODDIK. Naitte at 15, matios at 16. Tuurtle's up there as well.
Ponter 18.
Ponter at the top of the scoreboard. This is an ODDIK that's firing on every cylinder, and I think this round just exemplifies the confidence that they're feeling at the moment. No pressure at all.
But so much on Red Canids. Think about it as well. These outside takes, these fights, where have been the flashbangs? Not there, non-existent. Fast, desperate play now in towards the top side of the map. Destiny finds one with a Mac 10, but it's Tuurtle locking things down on the bomb site. This one is surely done. hardzao versus the world, and it looks like it's about to swallow him up.
Yeah, this one's almost as difficult as when he had the picked up M4 in the Glock round. At least he's in a good position, but he doesn't even have the bomb. Ponter's factoring it in. Held the ladder. hardzao can't go anywhere. Oh, actually. Beat for free? No, not for free. Did not pay the subscription. And so he gets cancelled. 13-6 for ODDIK on Nuke.
Absolutely dominant from ODDIK as well. Typically when these two teams match up, it's so close. 13-10, 13-11. 13-6 is a statement piece. And what a polarizing result and setup that ODDIK had compared to those matches.